ICE says its agents use a, quote, minimum amount of force when making arrests. But every day, new videos pop up online which seem to indicate something else. Personally, my social media feed now is just a stream of brutal ICE interactions. Agents caught on video being both verbally and physically aggressive with the people they're detaining and with bystanders, all while many of them hide behind masks and plain clothes. These tactics appear brutal in nature, alarmingly so, and the presence of a rolling camera doesn't actually seem to deter any of it. Many of the videos are difficult to watch, but we do feel that it's important for all of us together to bear witness to what's happening to human beings on the streets of America. On Wednesday, this video was taken outside of an elementary school in Chicago. It shows a group of masked ICE officers trying to pull a woman out of her car. Eyewitnesses say the woman was in line for afternoon school pickup at the time of the incident.
Wait, you guys came to the school and to do this?
Do you have a warrant? They haven't asked for a warrant. My name is Jocelyn from Cicero. They don't have a warrant. They didn't ask for one. They forcefully opened the door of the truck. It was locked. It was locked.
You're taking a report. There's nothing close up, right? Like, cool. Just stay back, please. You're being arrested for it.
Yeah, but you guys came to the school?
They forced us out of the car. They forced us out of the car. They were following us.
Last week, agents in that white SUV were filmed in broad daylight throwing a canister of tear gas onto a pedestrian street near a middle school. You can see cars were seemingly blocking the unmarked vehicle, which was reportedly headed for a local grocery store. A masked agent rolled down his window and threw the tear gas, causing bystanders to disperse. In Maryland, 2 ICE officers chased a man into a busy intersection and then tackled him. You can hear the man screaming, "Ayuda, help me," during the struggle. And an agent dropped his handgun and then appears to point it at bystanders.
Put the gun down. Put the gun down. Put the gun down.
The Department of Homeland Security says the man being arrested in the video was resisting. On Friday in Chicago, a journalist by the name of Debbie Brockman was forced to the ground and cuffed by 3 big federal agents while she was out reporting. Watch this.
What's your name?
Debbie Brockman, I work for WGN. Let them know.
I got you. Yep. Debbie Browning? Brockman, WGN. You guys want to share your names too, or just going to cover your face?
DHS says Brockman was arrested for allegedly assaulting a federal agent. WGN TV, Brockman's employer, says she was not charged with any crimes and was ultimately released. ICE has responded to criticism about its operation, saying, quote, anyone who actively obstructs law enforcement in the performance of their sworn duties, including U.S. citizens, will, of course, face consequences which include arrest, end quote. All this is happening in America, whether you open your eyes to it or not. Joining me now is Radley Balco, longtime journalist and author with a focus on criminal justice and civil liberties. Balco is the author of The Watch on Substack and the book Rise of the Warrior Cop, the Militarization of America's Police Forces. Hey, Radley, I don't even know what the question is. Like, I just don't know. I've been watching these videos and they strike me as remarkable. In almost no instance, and I don't know whether people are doing illegal things or legal things. I don't know what degree they are resisting arrest, but the amount of violence in this is remarkable. Shooting the priest in the head and the 6 guys on one small person. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we're watching is the kind of key principles and pillars that we've always cited or referred to as, you know, the key principles that make us a free society, that differentiate us from authoritarian states. We're watching those pillars topple really with astonishing speed. I mean, one of the founding principles of this country, I mean, it's the reason why we have the Third and Fourth and Second Amendments, is the idea that we don't deploy the military for routine domestic policing. Like, this is something that's only done in the rarest of circumstances. Trump's doing it on a whim, right? He wants to do it in Portland because he saw some 5-year-old footage, on cable news. We distinguish ourselves from authoritarian states by saying we don't have secret police in this country, right? Our police are accountable. They have name tags. They have badge numbers. That's out the window now. The idea that we don't arrest or punish people for expressing or exercising their First Amendment rights. Well, we've seen immigrants green card holders be arrested for writing op-eds. We just saw a journalist deported to El Salvador for reporting on ICE raids. That was cited in court documents as the reason why he was a threat to the public and needed to be deported. The list goes on and on. I mean, we always used to make fun of, when I was growing up, we would sort of poke fun at Eastern Bloc countries with the phrase "your papers, please," right? Like in our country, you don't have to prove that you're here legally. You don't have to prove your citizenship every time you leave your home. Well, literally, we've seen ICE agents detain people and demand their papers, demand that they prove their citizenship. So it's you're right. I mean, it's just sort of hard to find words to describe just how quickly these kinds of pillars of a free society are being toppled.
And we're going to talk more tomorrow about what you do if you're confronted by ICE. But you're absolutely right. What we see so many videos of people being asked to prove their citizenship, and the officers saying, "Well, if you're a citizen, we'll let you go. We're detaining you, and then we'll let you go." It's like this. It's this randomness, right? This concept of having a reason to actually arrest someone or find them seems to be fading away.
Well, they're also just making things up. I mean, they've claimed that it's illegal to dox ICE agents, to post their identities online or their photos online. That isn't illegal. I mean, it's illegal to post threats to them, and I certainly wouldn't recommend anyone do that. But this idea that, like, because you work for ICE, you're allowed to, visit this violence on people who are here, whether they're here legally or not. And you get to do that without ever being held accountable for it, whether it's sort of legally or just in a sense of public shaming. I mean, there's no law that protects ICE agents from being identified publicly, particularly when they commit abuse against people.
You and I have been talking for a long time, and I remember after Ferguson, there was a real movement to have people carry cameras. Not everybody's phone had a camera at the time, or use their phones to record interactions with officials. Then it happened with George Floyd. Like, it was all recorded, and they still killed him on camera. And now the recording almost seems secondary. It's not changing behavior. Everybody seems to know they're being recorded, and it does.
Chicago, viral videos of immigration and customs enforcement, ICE. Agents using aggressive force, tackling parents at school pickups, tear gassing streets, and pointing guns at bystanders are fueling nationwide protests against what critics call a descent into authoritarianism under President Donald Trump. Despite ICE's claim of minimum force, footage shows masked agents in unmarked vehicles detaining individuals without warrants, often targeting communities indiscriminately. The brutality, captured on smartphones and shared widely, has drawn comparisons to secret police tactics, eroding foundational American principles like accountability and Fourth Amendment protections. On October 8th, outside a Chicago elementary school, masked ICE officers forcibly removed a woman from her locked truck during afternoon pickup, prompting outcry from bystander Jocelyn from Cicero. They haven't asked for a warrant. Days earlier, agents threw tear gas from an unmarked SUV near a middle school, dispersing pedestrians. In Maryland, ICE chased a man into a busy intersection, tackling him as he screamed, "Help me." One agent dropping and pointing a handgun at onlookers. DHS claimed resistance, but videos contradict their narrative. On October 3rd, WGN journalist Debbie Browning-Brockman was cuffed by 3 agents while reporting in Chicago. DHS alleged assault, but she was released uncharged. Journalist Radley Balco, author of Rise of the Warrior Cop, decried the collapse of democratic pillars. "We don't deploy the military for domestic policing. We don't have secret police. That's out the window now." He highlighted ICE's demand for papers, please, evoking Eastern Bloc authoritarianism, and noted a deported Salvadoran journalist targeted for covering raids. Balco argued the recordings, once a tool for accountability, now emboldened some agents, with one filming their own chase for MAGA propaganda. Yet, public opinion is shifting. Polls show disapproval of Trump's immigration tactics, driven by these videos. The raids coincide with Trump's broader retribution campaign, including indictments of critics like James Comey and Letitia James, pursued by loyalist U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan despite DOJ resistance. A 282 former DOJ official's letter warned of a Nixon-level assault on independents. Trump's accidental true social leak of an enemies list targeting Comey, Schiff, and James, meant for AG Pam Bondi, exposed the plot, prejudice in cases. Meanwhile, governors like Oklahoma's Kevin Stitt and California's Gavin Newsom push back against Trump's National Guard federalizations, with Chicago deployment blocked by a judge for conflating protests with riots. Protests, like the October 18th No Kings rallies in 2,000 communities, channel Vietnam-era defiance, rejecting Trump's kings. House Speaker Mike Johnson shut down standoff, refusing ACA subsidy extensions while smearing protesters as pro-Hamas terrorists amplifies tensions. Hakeem Jeffries accused the GOP of sabotaging health care, while Chuck Schumer decried Johnson's absence from talks. The shutdown, costing $6 billion daily, looms as midterms approach. Balco emphasized a disconnect. MAGA supporters cheer the violence, viewing targets as subhuman, but most Americans find abhorrent arresting parents at schools or deporting a Nicaraguan honor student with a nursing scholarship. She was held in inhumane conditions and self-deported, he said, noting her clean record and public service aspirations. The public, he argued, supports deporting violent criminals, not families or contributors. As videos spread, showing agents undeterred by cameras, the No Kings Coalition vows nonviolent resistance, echoing Flower Child defiance. With Epstein petitions at 218 signatures and judicial pushback growing, these images, parents cuffed, guns drawn, test America's resolve. Will dissent like Vietnam's force accountability, or will Trump's tactics